Hello everybody, this is Eddie Bravo, and the topic of today's video, I wanted to make it about myself, about describing where I came from and kind of my perspective, my Gen Z perspective on adulthood, entering adulthood, and being an adult in a time when it's very different from the older generations. Well, maybe this topic is too much for one video, so but I did want to start off by kind of telling about where I came from, at least if I can get through that, and then maybe we can make a part 2 of my perspective on adulthood. But anyways, I grew up in Fresno, California, the Great Central Valley, and I guess when you think of California, you think of beaches and you think of Hollywood and Los Angeles, but Fresno, California is a lot different than that. I would say it's a little bit more conservative. It's a lot more conservative. If California were to split into 2 states, it would probably be, the coastal areas and most likely the Central Valley and Northern California. But going off of that, a lot of the Central Valley is very rural. I grew up in a ranch. I grew up, working on a farm. It wasn't like a functional, for-profit farm. It was just my dad. He liked having animals. He liked having some plants, some trees. So I wasn't like a farmer, as they say. But anyways, I was born in 1998, and so I guess that puts me at the, millennial, Gen Z, right on the edge. But I like to consider myself Gen Z. Honestly, I like the Gen Z generation, and I feel like people like to talk shit on Gen Z, but I don't know. I think we have the power to change the world, man. I feel that there's a lot of untapped potential for our Gen Z, our generation, to change a lot of things. Things that the older people, the boomers, things that they haven't or are unwilling to change. And I feel that the more we as a generation decide to change things, I feel the better the world is going to get for everybody. And it's just up to us, really. There's the bad things only last as long as we let them to, as long as we allow them to. And I feel that if we, as a generation, if we're able to come together and put our heads together, I feel that there's a lot of things that we can change. And so I guess that comes to I guess I'm gonna make this video about the Gen Z perspective, and then I'll go on with my life on another video. But anyways, I feel that being part of Gen Z, there's a different sense of community. I feel, with a connection with the world. Starting with watching YouTube videos as a teenager, or as a young teenager, watching when YouTube first came out, watching PewDiePie, watching what's that guy's name, Lucas Crankshaft, or I forgot his name, but Fred, from that YouTube channel, Fred, and watching Annoying Orange. And I feel like I have a lot in common with people my age who know those things. And well, it's not just those things in common, having those things in common, but I feel that having the internet as a tool at your fingertips, it allows people to feel more connected. I know that a lot of times we say that social media brings us apart, but I feel that if you're able to get the good parts of social media, and kind of like control what is bad, I feel that there's a lot of good and a lot of connection that could come from it. Of course, it's easy to get carried away and fall into, I guess, depression, or it's easy to fall into comparing your lives to other people, but kind of have to remember that a lot of things on social media are fake. But anyways, off topic. So I feel that as Gen Z, growing up with these types of modes of communication, like YouTube and Facebook, and I didn't really use Facebook, but like Instagram, I feel that there's a lot more connection than what the older generations had. The older generations, I feel that communication wasn't as easy for them. What did the boomers have? The boomers had I think the boomers had, they didn't start off with telegraphs, did they? No, they had cell phone, or they had telephones and things. But anyways, I feel that communication for us and for the younger generation Alpha, I feel that because of that, it's a lot easier to voice your opinions and voice just yourself, your personality, able to simply express your personality and yourself is when you're able to do it, I think it's such a wonderful thing. And I think being able to put yourself into somebody else's shoes is going to be able to change the minds of a lot of other people, at least the ones that are open-minded. And I feel just that is worth enough alone to at least make an effort to search for that connection. And it's hard because I think evolution, biologically, we're kind of programmed to fear what is different and fear those who are different from us, who have different customs, who have different cultures. But I think as as we're able to see, and as we're able to look at things, that we usually don't ever see in person, through things such as YouTube and social media as Instagram or Snap or Facebook, I feel that the more those barriers get deteriorated, I mean, of course, it goes the other way around, where people who only want to listen to, themselves or the ideas that they have, those people get together and form an echo chamber. But I feel at the same time, it really allows people to witness things that some people probably will never see in their lives. And I feel that being able to change somebody's perspective like that is something that to change somebody's perspective in that manner is something that makes Gen Z, my generation, unique. And I feel that in itself is a superpower that we have that other generations never had. As going back to the point, like boomers, all they had was like radio, right? And even then, like you had to have special equipment for TVs. You had to have special equipment. For now, now as technology has gotten easier to use, we're in this environment where anybody can pick up and start talking, or start videotaping, or start expressing who they are as a person. And I think the more we do that, the more we're able to come closer as a society. And as I think, being able to understand somebody else you're able to spread human consciousness in a way, right? I feel that the more we're able to express and connect with another person, the closer we are to becoming one. And maybe it sounds kind of weird, but I feel that that at the end of the day, that helps humanity more than anything else. The reason there is war, like the reason there's conflict, war, I feel is because we don't treat ourselves as one. And it's, imagine what we could do if everybody was working together. And I feel that, having this form of connection is just the first stepping stone for something bigger for humanity, um, and it's going to benefit everybody as a whole. Anyways, guys, I feel like I talked enough about this subject. I think I jumped around maybe a couple of different topics, but I feel like this has been on my mind, and I feel that if anything, I want to express that. I feel that not enough people talk about this, and I feel that the more we are able to bring things to our consciousness, that the more it's going to help everybody at the end of the day. So thank you, and I will see you later.